So, how do you hack the YouTube algorithm in 2020? Well, I've been running some experiments and I've actually just performed with a video that was able to reach over 1 million views, and it was uploaded this month. So I feel like I'm actually an authority to speak on the subject. It was a channel that I recently created and it's been performing extraordinarily well, and I just wanted to show some of the analytics and basically compare them to the analytics on this channel, and we can basically start to deconstruct the YouTube algorithm together. And I think that if there's enough interest in this video, then I'll probably make another sequel, because who doesn't want to have a successful YouTube channel? And of course, if you're interested in collaborating with me or working with me and learning any of these methods, reach out in the comments down below, and I'd love to build a community of people, work on different theories, and continue to workshop these sort of ideas, because it is something that's very interesting, very valuable information, and it's very relevant, and it's always changing. So there's always new and exciting ways to have a viral video. So here are the analytics on the highest performing video that I've ever uploaded on YouTube, and this video went up about a month ago, and you'll notice that it's at 1.3 million views. This is actually the first video that I've ever uploaded which reached over 1 million views, let alone breaking the 1 million. I've come close before in the past on some old channels, but I've been starting to use some of these new methods and these new approaches to sort of see just how we could pretty much hack the YouTube algorithm, which essentially is the goal. Everybody wants to have a viral YouTube video. So let's go and let's see the lifetime performance on this video. You'll notice as soon as I uploaded it, which was September 23rd, 2020, it only had about 1,431 views. And for those of you who are YouTubers and you might be interested in YouTube analytics, it sort of is a testament to a performance on a video, because when you first upload a video, it gets sent out to all your subscribers. Now, of course, I started this channel with next to 0 subscribers, so it's actually a pretty good example of how this sort of performance. And then you'll notice, though, that every single day from then on, this video continued to perform, even while it seemed to almost flatline in the middle of October 17th, 2020. It then picked up again, and the peak day was actually November 3rd. So you think about all this time that happened between September, October, basically months. I mean, over a month, almost 2 months went by, and then it peaked, and then ever since then, it's continuously brought me 50,000 views a day. Over 2,100 subscribers have been added to this channel. And then you look at the real-time updating every hour that this video is on, it gets about 1,000 views. So the performance actually sort of does echo the original content, and it's interesting to see the percentage, because this video is 52 seconds long, but you'll get the average viewer duration is 35. So that's sort of one of the key things that I noticed and I took away from this is viewer duration, and of course having a relevant video, and that sort of does. And of course, this is probably some of the most interesting analytical data that I think I've gathered from this is the not subscribed people who've watched this video make up 99.9% of this 1.1 million views, which means that YouTube is heavily recommending this. And top geographics is United States. I mean, the video is Donald Trump cans of soup for my family TikTok 2020, which is interesting because you'll notice that the top performing day was actually November 3rd. So this is a one method that I noticed, which is in hacking the YouTube algorithm, which is predicting things that are going to happen. And this video is not titled anything about the election or anything about. I just knew that back in September, I called it over a month down the line that in November this would be a hot button viral concept. And what do you know? The YouTube algorithm agreed with me. Which brings me to my second point, which is something that I would equally, attribute to this sort of concept, which is providing value. If an upload that you put out there doesn't actually provide value, doesn't actually have relevance, if there's really if the audience clicks on it and then they're not satisfied, well, the algorithm has ways of picking that up. There's also the concept of keeping people on YouTube. Now, one of the things that I found most interesting that I've actually taken advantage of, which is YouTube Shorts, which is this new, basically this new feature of YouTube, which they're using to compete with TikTok. And I've gotten 89 0.2% of the views from this channel. And this is all, I mean, all this growth that I have had on this channel is basically happened within this month. I mean, before basically this video took off, there was very little traffic to the channel. And what I noticed though, and this is another way that I predicted this coming on down the line, which is how I've been growing this channel. And I'll actually include a link to this channel so that you could continue, because this is sort of just an experiment to see how this changeover, because I noticed that one of the main things that made a YouTuber like PewDiePie famous back when he was first originally creating content was the fact that YouTube was prioritizing long form video because it saw that as a way of maintaining people using the platform for a longer period of time. But what I've noticed now in terms of the overall smaller creators sort of thing is that YouTube is sort of taking a move towards TikTok, sort of a TikTok. It wants this YouTube Shorts, which are videos that are about under a minute, and then it puts them in that little sort of Snapchat feature so that it gets automatically recommended. And I've noticed that YouTube is more likely to recommend that sort of content to people. So very, very interesting analytical data here. It's just something that I wanted to share. But I think that I do think that this is a good example of the points that I was making about how these different methodologies that I've been using, you have to really continuously update. You can't watch a video from 2019 about how to hack the YouTube algorithm. You have to literally get in there and workshop ideas and find out how to do it. You know, in contrast, I'm going to show a video that the performance on this channel that I've currently uploaded, that I'm uploading this video to, which is mainly a cryptocurrency channel. But I think that my attempts on the channel that I'm currently uploading on are more or less to stick to my niche, you know, just generally talking about Bitcoin and finance and altcoins and all these different things. So let's move over to there. So here's a perfect example of a channel where I actually haven't really been utilizing many of the different methodologies and theories that I've been coming up with. And you can clearly see it. In the past 48 hours, I've only had 604 views. Of course, performance and subscribers. I'm actually losing subscribers on this channel. All this, of course, is including but not limited to the fact that I haven't really been uploading on this channel, which is a shame because it is a monetized channel and I do have a really great audience on here. So I will be making more content on here regarding sort of Bitcoin and the different my interpretation and so forth. But you just look at performance on these videos and it basically illustrates my idea. So we look at the analytics on this video and it basically shows that within the first day of uploading, the video received about 400 views, and then it basically just stays only gaining basically doubling over the course of the next few weeks. But the point of the matter is the title and the concept of this video, it doesn't actually have any relevance towards the future. You know, the concept of talking about the performance of a cryptocurrency in the future. I mean, it is important for people who are watching it in November, but the concept of it actually ages, and then people who are really only fans of me are going to be the ones who are interested in it, which is something that you can find when you look at more of the data. I mean, YouTube search is about 328 views from it. YouTube recommendations, however, is something, but you'll notice that there is no YouTube Shorts. There's no, I mean, subscription feed was 100 views, which is about 1/7 of the overall performance of the video, which is something interesting. And you'll also notice that people start off watching the video and then slowly but surely drop off, leading to only about 33% of the audience still maintaining attention towards the end, which is of course something interesting, and it is in direct contrast to the video that I uploaded onto the other channel, which broke 1 million views, because that one was more heavily edited. These are more of just short-term one-off rants for my closer, tight-knit cryptocurrency audience. But I found that it's important just to look at all these different channels and the different performances on how these videos. And I'm going to end this video by looking at one more channel, which is another one. I mean, of course, there is a benefit to running a channel similar to the one that I've done on here. I mean, granted, I have been uploading videos on here for about 3 years now, and I've basically gotten about 26, almost 27,000 subscribers because I've stuck within my niche, and YouTube knows the type of content that I'm going to be creating on here. It's going to be involving Bitcoin, it's going to be involving cryptocurrency, and generally it knows what to expect from the channel. Whereas one of the downsides with the other channel is that the uploads are more sporadic. however, I'm only trying to aim for smaller user attention spans, which is why I've been able to really outperform. And it does give you a huge insight into the way that the YouTube algorithm is now prioritizing the concept of long form video versus short term video. So it does lead me to my next theory, which is the fact that YouTube's currently valuing the click and the short-term spurt of attention so that it can get the person on to the next thing, whereas these videos do perform all right because they're, I mean, I do have a minute-long video here, and it does, I mean, it seems as if this channel is in sort of a bracket where the YouTube algorithm is trying. I mean, I think it prioritizes people who are interested in Bitcoin having that attention span, whereas with the sort of YouTube Shorts sort of content, I always find it interesting to look at my own YouTube front page, and I watch a lot of Lord of the Rings videos on this channel. A lot of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and so it's in a lot of music. So it sort of does give you an idea of what the current algorithm thinks is important to suggest for you in the sort of content creation and all these different things. And I find all that interesting. This is the first channel. This is the channel where I actually got the million views on. Now it's up to 3,000. It's Buster friendly. I'll include the link to this in the description. And it's interesting because it is a lot of TikToks on here, a lot of short term, because like I said, I've been aiming for the shorts, the YouTube Shorts market, which is important when you're starting off. You have to understand who your audience is. That's basically the name of the game. So this channel, this is one that I help manage, which has 19,176 subscribers. And obviously this is a very much smaller channel than the one that I just created, because there's even though I've been running this channel for multiple years as well, I've been helped managing it. This channel basically does aim for that long form content, which is what people at one point were led to believe was, I mean, if you're a YouTuber and you think a 17-minute video is going to outperform a 1-minute video, one of the more interesting aspects of this that I think that people really don't understand is, like, this is a video that's 1 minute long in 23 seconds, and it made me about $1.89, right? Which is interesting, and it's important when you understand how the algorithm favors things. So you would think by the old logic that a video that was an hour and 16 minutes would make more money, but in reality it actually made about the same. Well, it made 86 cents, which is, for a video that took me as much time to make a render and edit, an hour long and 16 minutes, made about the same exact amount of money, and it still even received 106 hours of watch time. Compare that to a video that only took me 1 minute. I mean, it's of work. I mean, ultimately it takes a lot longer to make that, but still, it's a minute long, and it makes almost double, even more than double actually. And so it does go to show you, it's not about uploading long content. It's about honestly that percentage of viewer engagement. So you get them in, you get them out. It's a minute long video, but you still hold up your end of the bargain on keeping audience retention, which is why I wanted to show you guys this last channel, because it does sort of give you that insight into that, because some people think that their videos have to be a whole hour long or a whole 10 minutes in order to and I think that probably a 10-minute video that holds the viewer's attention all the way to the end does have some priority over a 1-minute video that holds the viewer's attention all the way to the end. But I think that having sort of providing value and having content that's relevant and engages with your audience, those are sort of the three different cursory, basically elementary introductory concepts to running the channel. But I think that ultimately just looking at what I've done and the success that I've had with these different methods that I've been using definitely are important. So which is why I've shown you these three different channels, to give you three different ideas to the various different attempts but yeah, YouTube's always changing. We're always seeing different changes to the algorithm. There's always new opportunities. So if you're an aspiring content creator, then don't lose hope. You could always, like I said, if you guys watched all the way to the end, comment down below. If you, just to let me know that you did watch all the way to the end, how about you comment elephant? Comment elephant in the comments down below so that I know that you actually watched all the way to the end, and that'll be the code word. So anybody who comments the word elephant in the comments down below, I'll add you to a secret chat, and then we can all discuss YouTube. That way I'll know who's serious and who's basically basically just watch the beginning of the video, and hopefully, the results on this one speak for themselves, because I did put a lot of work into this one, because I do hope to see you all succeed, and I'm looking forward to seeing, and I think that I provided some interesting value. So, and we'll see. I mean, if this video does well, if I have a lot of people commenting elephant, then I'll certainly make a new piece of content update and let you guys know. So all that being said, make sure that you subscribe if you watched all the way to the end, and I'll see you guys next one. Have a great day.